So, hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I'm sitting here with Donovan, the recovering Democrat blue man, because he looks kind of blue. He's got a bluish tint, and he's got his Polk High jersey on as he is repping his team, Polk High. Al Bundy and them for the Super Bowl, I guess. As I told him before, Polk High probably had a better chance of winning the Super Bowl or any game than the Dallas Cowboys, but that's neither here or there. I don't want to rub it in. Nevertheless, purpose of the Demetra Case show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people with the emphasis on even, because we can always do better. I'd like to say a big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook, your other side of the conversation. We won't share the link today because, as I promised on, I think it was Friday, that I'll only be here for a half an hour, as I do know it is Super Bowl Sunday, and we'll probably have about 3.5 people watching, and that's fine. I understand. I don't ever, expect to be come before the Super Bowl. So of course we know that the Eagles are playing and the Chiefs are playing, and most importantly, I guess
Buzzards, not the Eagles.
The Buzzards are playing. But, Kendrick Lamar is going to be doing a halftime show. So I think that's why a lot of people are watching. That's why I'm going to watch. Not the Super Bowl. I'm just going to watch a halftime show. I'm going to keep it real with you. Nevertheless, so we're going to keep it 2:30. So we a couple of just kind of like a speed type of show, talk about certain things. And we want you guys, if you think of something, to throw it in the comment section. Minutes that we are here. And now about 28 minutes at this point. CJ, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Arneva, see, two people who are not watching it. Well, the Super Bowl won't start until a half an hour, so that's why we're trying to be quick. But in the meantime, Donovan, how are you?
I am doing great. I'm really not doing great because the Dallas Cowboys are not in the Super Bowl, but the Dallas Texans are, which is the Kansas City Chiefs. So they have the spirit of Dallas in them because they originally were the Dallas Texans. So don't want the Eagles to win because one of my buddies, Chief Moloch, he's a hardcore Buzzard fan, and I just can't see the NFC East having. I would rather have the Patriots win another Super Bowl than the damn Eagles. I mean, that's how much bad blood Cowboy and Eagle fans have against each other. I would rather see somebody else win it than they do. But anyway, you guys, do us a favor, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. If you want to donate, there's ways you guys can donate. But I want to say this. I know we're going to be here for a short time. Black History Month, African Diaspora News Channel, 20% off of subscriptions during Black History Month. That is a damn good deal. Give good gifts to give away, whatever. 20% off. You can't beat that. So go check it out. Download it. Apple Play, Google Store. All of that great stuff. So let's get into this topic. Let's see what I noticed there's a lot of women on here. See, y'all supposed to be in. Well, you know what, ladies? It is good that you're not in the house because they do say the number one day that women get assaulted is Super Bowl. Statistics.
You know what? I think I put that on the list of things to talk about in this 26 minutes that we're here. Let's see. DV Super Bowl. Okay. So hello to everybody. Brother Reggie, how you doing? Sunlight, I hope you're doing well. Matthew, Denise, what is going on with you? All right. So we're only here for a short time because I know you guys are going to be itching to get out of here. All right. And Raven, how you doing? He says white folks want to boycott the Super Bowl because the Black national anthem was being sung. Yeah, and I heard that they're mad with Kendrick Lamar. And are they ever happy? Nevertheless. So I don't know if you guys have been watching the news or in social media, but I think they said, I guess it happened on the 7th in Cincinnati, Ohio, where a white supremacist group decided to show up. And they were waving flags with swastikas and things like that. And they went to a predominantly Black neighborhood, Lincoln Heights, I think is the name of it. Yeah, Lincoln Heights, Ohio, Cincinnati. And they got a little bit more than they bargained for. Now, I'm going to show you all a short snippet because, I can't really show you much due to the nature of it. But I want you guys to get the gist just by the video, and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
Of a highway near Cincinnati, Ohio, neighbors confronting neo-Nazis dressed in black, waving swastika flags on an overpass north of the city.
In this neighborhood, we do stand for something. This here turf is golden soil, and it won't be tarnished with things like that.
At least one neo-Nazi seen holding a long gun, police shutting down the overpass, trying to keep everyone apart. The neo-Nazis taking off in a U-Haul. One person seen running down the road, throwing something against the side of the truck. A swastika flag ripped away and set on fire.
So again, I can only show y'all a little bit. I'm sure by now you guys have seen a lot about it on the internet, but nevertheless, a small outfit, if you will, of knuckleheads for the most part showed up in a predominantly black neighborhood on an overpass, and I guess they thought they were going to get it crunk. Now I saw a whole bunch of videos from different vantage points. Of course, you know, that particular group is trying to spin it as though they weren't scared, but they were filming themselves, and you know, they saw the group of, you know, black people advancing, and then the police, you know, they drove up to kind of put some space in between them, and then the white supremacist group was like, maybe they need to move up a little bit to put a little bit more space in between us, right? Because the crowd was advancing on them and stuff. Of course, they were throwing an N-word here and there, but nevertheless, they ran and jumped into the back of that U-Haul so fast. And even the police was like, close it, go, get out of here, right? Because we can't be responsible if they get wild and loose with you. But like they said, the group got a hold of one of their flags, I guess, that they left while they were running, and they did burn it to a crisp. They spit on it, they burn it. And the people in the neighborhood was like, we don't play that mess around here. The heck you thought, you know? So I don't know. I guess, you know, a lot of people are attributing it to Trump going back to the White House. I should say that they were doing that when Biden and Kamala were in the White House as well. But, you know, this ain't the, and not that our ancestors were punks. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that our ancestors were not punks by any means at all. But it's like, yeah, black people nowadays ain't got time to be playing with you. You go try that in somebody else's neighborhood where they gonna sit up in the kumbaya with you. But yeah, nevertheless they ran themselves out of there because they didn't believe all the stuff that they were actually saying. So anyway, Donovan, what do you think of that? And then I'll try to get to you guys' comments.
Well, I kind of agree with everything that you're kind of saying. It's like I said, the next 4 years is going to be a very, very interesting 4 years. Buckle up, brace for impact. We know what Donald Trump is going to do and all the craziness that comes out. But guess what? F around and find out. So a lot of people will F around and find out. And, you know, like the Latinos are now figuring out this man means what he says what he means, such and such and such. But let's get to the comments. I think that's more important because for the people that come out here, let's let them have the show and have their say.
All right. So hello, Diane. How you doing? And Brother Reggie, you say my cursed Detroit Lions fumbled again, so I don't care who wins. Yeah, they sure did. Hey, Brother Stephen, how you doing? Tell your wife we said hello. Don't need no man stop telling me I do. He says I heard about it. Yes, so you heard about what happened. Rhonda, how you doing? Long time no see. And Clifford, how you doing? Diane says I don't care who protests where, as long as they don't put their hands on me, they can walk through wherever. Yeah, you know, I think I'm not mad at the brothers and sisters because it's like, why are you coming here? Oh, because I know you don't think my heart pumps any Kool-Aid, do you? You know, and so maybe next time they'll go to another neighborhood where they'll, oh my God, you know, but they ran up out of there real quick. Mars, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Tia, what's going on? He says, live life indigenously on your land because you are. Okay. Valerie, how you doing? He says, if Nazi is so bad, go mess with other protesters. That's, it says live right, that lives right. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Raven says Eagles running back, Shaquan Barkley catching hell all week. Right. All week because his wife, fiance, has two children. He has two children will have videos appear with her blasting N-word repeatedly from the past. Yeah, tweets and things like that is like, yikes. Who y'all marrying? You know? Monet, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. And that what's going on with you, Emmett? How you doing? It says we're bringing the smoke in 2025. You better believe it. Sherry, how you doing? Says, and we didn't have to call the Hispanics, Latino, Mexicans, or whatever to get them out of their neighborhood. We did that. FBA, Black Americans, absolutely. Diane says, we're in war. They have been doing this all along. Yeah, but it's just like this ain't the same ilk of Black folks. You know what I mean? It's like you mess with people to the point of so much. It's like I really don't have nothing to lose by whooping your ass. You know what I mean? In front of the po-po. Buckhorse, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Corey, what's going on with you? Pam is jamming. How are you doing? Eric, how are you? Says Deacons for self-defense and justice. Okay. And until you do right. I like that name. He says, shout out to Ohio. This is how we do it. I know that's right. Of course, I will be in Ohio in May. Cbus, Columbus, Ohio, to be exact, on the 25th for the Ohio Black Expo. So if you're out that way, come and say hello to myself and African Diaspora News Channel. Let's see here. Rhonda says, I plan to see you guys. Oh, I should have read your comment. I plan to see you guys at the event in May. The great state of Ohio. Yes, indeed. I cannot wait. Sherry says, well, I didn't go. He says, well, I didn't go to the Mexican neighborhood where they're protesting and they're burning that rag they love so much called the American flag. They did not go over there messing with them. They want to mess with the so-called low-hanging fruit. That's what they thought, right? Buckhurst says Philly is going to win. Missions Vision, how you doing? Jermaine, what's going on with you? Says slavery is over and Black folks are not tolerating this ignorance anymore. The oppression and disrespect runs deep. Yep, they learning the hard way, aren't they? Facts Not Feelings, it says the Russians taught the world and Blacks how to fight Nazis and white supremacists. No more. We shall overcome, or let's pray or march. Just match their energy. The average logical thinker, how you doing? It says Donovan got his Cowgirls jersey. That's Polk High. That's Polk High. Him and Al Bundy and them. Okay, so Ray, you said you sent me a business email. Did you send that Dimitri K? Gmail. And Booker says he says I'm going straight effing with us. Or so they're gonna stop effing with us. That's what you're saying. And Rose, how you doing? It says looking forward to Elon Musk commercials. Yeah, he spent like $40 million to play commercials in regards to Doge, from what I understand. He's going to illustrate to the people watching about the waste, I guess, that they found so far. I guess that's what they're speculating that he will talk about, but it's going to be interesting nevertheless. And that's probably why I will watch for not the Super Bowl, the commercials. I don't really watch football all like that. Jesse, how you doing? Okay, I'll check it out, Raven. And let's see. And Brother Don, how you doing? All right, so yeah. I'm going to show you guys another video. See if I can bring it up. I saw this trending.
Yeah, real quick, the Elon Musk commercial, they say he's going to be dropping some dimes today in regards to some of the things that he found. That's what they're alleging. So
it remains to be seen. Thunder, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Valerie says FBA about FBA business, and Rhonda says, what time is the halftime show? I don't know. I guess roughly halfway through the show. I don't know, but that's why I'm watching. I want to see Kendrick Lamar. Brother Jonell, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Brother Reggie, for asking people to hit the like button. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show y'all this video that I saw. Maybe you guys saw it as well. It's of a brother who is saying thank you to Trump. Here we go.
All my brothers, hey man, first of all, I just want to say, man, thank you, Trump. Because guess what? I went to a construction site today, y'all. Remember, I didn't have no job. I was doing Uber. Couldn't find a job nowhere. I went to a construction site. They was already working. Got hired on the spot. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Mr. Trump. If it wasn't for the move that you did make for the immigrants, and I'm not talking about the good people, I wouldn't have a job right now. Mr. President, I've been working all day, Mr. President. I just got off, Mr. President. I got a job for Monday, Mr. President. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, let me tell you, man, I walked in today on a construction site, hired me on the spot. I started work today, just got off, y'all. Mr. Trump, thank you so.
All right, so that was a brother by the name of Aaron. That's what he goes by on TikTok. And he's basically saying thank you. Of course, we know that Trump, with his mass deportation plan, a lot of people have left, to the tune of how much I don't really know. But I've been hearing a lot of people say that it seems to be empty in certain places here and there. And so this brother is saying that due to the mass deportation that took place, it sounds like he's in Florida, that he was able to get a job on a construction site. As you know, in most cities, you see mostly Hispanic construction crews. I don't know. I'd imagine most of them are citizens, and it sounds like, some of them aren't. So he was saying that he was able to walk on and get a job. Of course, he was doing Uber. Now, I watched another video of his, and he says that he is a felon, did some things that he shouldn't have done. He said he grew up hard and things were rough. But he says, as far as, when you're a felon, sometimes it's hard for you to get a job, So he says that he was able to do that. And he says he just wants to take care of his family and things like that.
Unless you're running for president.
Well, yeah, but hopefully those things will change, right? So, nevertheless, I want to see what you guys think of that. Let me see who else is on here before I give it to you, Donovan. Saw a couple of people creep on in the room. Our daddy, how you doing? Said, did y'all see the wasteful spending of the Democrats and had not a dime for descendants of slaves, and black people are still rooting for the Democrat Party? Yeah, it's like, none of that money went to us. And what y'all mad? What y'all think he's gonna find? I'm interested. We're like, waiting on pins and needles, right? Troy, yes, I am the master debater. One day I'll let you come up here and get a taste of the debate, that is. CJ says, dip is almost done, wings done, and punch done. No sliders this year. I had a chicken wrap. I'm being good. I'm trying to be very good. That's what I had. But that sounds wonderful. It really does. Salam, how you doing? It says, not watching the stupid bowl. Okay. To each his own. Sister Shirley, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Rose, you says kudos to that young man. Yep. Corey says Trump 2025. Uh-oh. Just us. Says laugh my ass off. Big up to that brother. Jesse said they already showing commercials. Just seeing Coca-Cola commercial. I heard that, but I don't watch TV, so. But I did hear Dr. Lauren, how you doing? Says do well on that job, brother. Yes, that's the thing. Go get those jobs, right? Seth, how you doing? Who else is on here? Danny, Dano, what's going on with you? GP, what's going on? He says you only have 10 minutes, though. That's all right. That's all about what we got to. Says I have to catch a flight to my next assignment. All right, well, you be careful. The average logical thinker says I keep telling black folks to get those jobs they claim y'all don't want, construction, etc. Yep, Kermit, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Double A, what's going on with you? Lene, how are you? Says his tattoos are pretty scary, but I'm happy for him. I'm working on finding employment in cybersecurity. I passed security in late last year. Okay. Got you. All right, so let's see here.
For a federal job, apply for the federal and state jobs. They're looking for IT specialists.
About to say, ain't they trying to get rid of a whole bunch of people? And I should say, too, that I think it was Friday, Letitia James and a couple of other people filed to stop Elon Musk for accessing, sensitive information there at the government. And it worked so far. So I guess they have an injunction or they stopped them until tomorrow so they can see exactly what is going on. But yes, it's getting interesting. Donovan?
Yeah, I just want to say, ladies, especially the 92%ers, the 92% of the ladies, the black ladies that were all this, all that. It is indisputable that illegal immigration hurts black people. Okay, those jobs are there. And, whenever you hear these Hispanics try to justify, we're doing jobs that nobody else wants, whatever. No. You guys use your common thought, logic, your basic logic. It's not that Americans will not do those jobs. We are not going to do those jobs for slave labor wages. This is why these people have to go back to their country. You're undercutting the American person. Just because you're willing to work for $2 and be abused doesn't mean that that's what we want. We want a fair wage with benefits so that we can take care of our families. When we let these people come in here illegally, this is exactly what happens. They get kicked out, but the corporations, do they get penalized? Even if they get penalized, it's little or nothing to the profit margin that those guys are making. So yes, those jobs that we want to get them. We want to unionize so that we can get fair wages. Everybody is supposed to win. It's like having an airline. When I worked part-time at an airline, they had a union, right? And the union was BS, totally. I had to sit there and tell those guys, hey, look, if you don't work with me, because I was a manager, if you don't work with me and I don't work with you, and you want to play these BS games about what's going to be and what's going to be, there ain't going to be an airline. So we got to work together. So what I did was I brought the union rep and I put his desk in my office with me to let people know, no, you're not going to be down at the cargo hold like you're your own fiefdom. That's not going to happen. We're going to do this together. So if there's a problem, we both know what's happening. So don't let these people guilt you into all of that stuff. Illegal immigration is bad, but here's my biggest question. When you guys saw the Crypt Keeper Maxine Waters out there and stuff, do you guys want to know, when I saw Chuck Schumer and all of them out there, do you mean to tell me that's the resistance? This is the resistance that's going to fight Trump. Did you see Al Green waving his cane? I was like, oh my God, the optics of the Democrats, it looks so bad. And I'm like, who would want to join with these people using tactics 70 years ago and expect to get better results? It just doesn't make sense. So, again, a lot of stuff's going to be exposed. I'm not telling you guys how to think. If you're a Democrat, God bless you, great for you. But how do you expect to win with the leadership that the Democratic Party has? If you look at Elon Musk, he got those young cats with him running in there. Trump got a young press secretary. He's surrounding himself with the next generation. The Democrats aren't doing that.
Yeah, that's a good point. They holding on, and not they're not going to let go until they forced, till it's pried from their hands. Our daddy says also heard that some African country offered $1 billion to Black Americans and our government turned it down. Check into that for me, please. Oh, that's absolutely true. Muammar Gaddafi from Libya, the president, he was going to offer the Black Americans via the Nation of Islam to Farrakhan that money, but the United States government would not let him take it. So that is a fact. That is true. Let's see here. Double A says we can't afford to work for slave wage, right? I mean, some people can't afford to go to work. Minimum wage, hell, it costs me more than that to even get up and turn on the car. I'm just working backwards. Sweet Daddy Kool-Aid, how you doing? Says we got 2 Black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Trump can't fire these brothers because of DEI. That's funny. Mrs. Busy says facts, we're not risking our lives for chump change. Nope. Tia to you says get some Bitcoin too, y'all. Yep. Look into that, guys. Some cryptocurrency. Jesse says Trump just ended their security clearance. I thought some of them, yeah, from what I understand. And I know he just ended, I guess, Biden's security briefings. And Sherry says the only one job Hispanics and others are doing that's on the farm. Hell no, we don't want to do that anymore. You say we don't want to pick apple, cabbages, especially cotton. No, we ain't doing that.
No, you know what? Of course you can't pick cotton anymore because it's all automated. But see, when people say that, we ain't going to do that. If I offered you $100 an hour to go pick apples off the tree, what are you going to do? Plus full benefits. What are you going to do? That is easy work. I'm going to go pick me some damn apples. I'm just saying, let's be real about that. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'll be out there picking some apples. I ain't going to be out there too long, though. I'll be, pick my apples and go. T-Bone, how you doing? Says everyone see the new cell charging cars from the African inventor in Zimbabwe. Great things happening. Yes, indeed, I have heard about that. And our brother Reddy says Maxine was leading the geriatric insurrection. Nobody elected us.
George and Louise, I think that I should have another drink as we go about the thing, Louise. That's how she sounds like Mother Jefferson.
Yeah, she is bad. Maya Sisters, how you doing? Says also her Muswell report on government waste from Doge. Shocking U.S. Treasury gives out $1 billion per week without Social Security numbers and or itemized list of recipient names, illegal ghost payments. I'm like I said, I cannot wait to see what they come up with. Arneva says Gaddafi also offered us wealth. I should have read your comment of Libya. Yep. Anthony, how you doing? Says love the jersey, go buddy. And Buckhorse says Philly gonna win. We're gonna see. Thunder says they're taking. They're talking about a food shortage because of the lack of labor. Has anyone else stocked up on supplies just in case? Yeah, I mean, you got to stay ready.
I got a question for you, Demetria, because I remember the other day when you told me a day without immigrants, that was some kind of boycott that was going. Did anybody really get affected by that? I'm just wondering, because it didn't affect me at all. I still went and got me my little piece of chicken or whatever I needed to do. Because remember, a lot of the immigrants that are here legally still went to work.
Yeah, they ain't crazy. Eric, he says many other African countries offer money to blacks, but the U.S. prevented it from happening. Yeah, absolutely. Haters. Double A says Trump is listening to his grown children about hiring young staff. Yeah, I mean, but because how will they learn to take over anything if you keep it from them? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to train them young. Get the young and they have fresh, new ideas and, all of that. Trump is almost 80, so they're like, when we're dead, this is who we need to be running stuff, right? And That's what we need to start doing. Not that we don't, but we need to start looking at that. Because when I heard that the Doge department has a lot of young, kids to us in there, I was like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to discount them. You don't know what you're talking about. I know. Let them come on in and see what they can do, right? Let them learn. That's how they learn.
You want to know what's crazy about that, though? These are the same older people that can't work Microsoft Office. They can't do a PowerPoint presentation. They can't do the technological stuff, but yet they're still sitting on a job. I was on my show last week or whatever, and we were talking about like the federal workers that are being fired and stuff like that. Do you guys remember Joe Biden hired 80,000 IRS workers to squeeze every damn penny out of your damn pocket? But you guys are worried about these federal workers that are sitting on their asses doing basically absolutely nothing. I'm not saying all of them, but those of us in the military, we have civilian, counterparts and stuff that we work with. And I will tell you, some of those federal workers are like tenured teachers. Once they get to a certain process, you can't fire them. You can't they're just sitting there and collecting a check. So we got to stop wasting all of this money and start putting guardrails up and say, like in some of these Asian countries, European countries, after 20 years, if you retire from a company, great, you get that money. But if you go back into the workforce, no matter where you go, even if you become a CEO at another company, you could only make minimum wage. That way you protect the next generation.
Absolutely. Pop, how are you doing? And where have you been? Are you coming to behave? We're only going to be here about another 4 minutes at best, because we're going to, let everybody go pretend like they're not watching the Super Bowl because they're still kneeling on one knee. Mindset makeover. How you doing? Says so true. Why do all of our leaders have to be senior citizens? Make no sense, because they don't know how to just relent, let go, and sit back. They don't know how to do that. It's a power trip. I know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. And then that's why if you look at some of the way things run in our community, when mama, grandmama, and them, grandpa, and them pass away, they pass the house down to, and I'm not trying to be mean, but an idiot. And I say an idiot in the sense that you didn't teach them how to keep the house. You didn't. I don't worry about that. My business ain't your business. And then you die, you leave it to them. They don't know how to keep it because you didn't bring them in the fold. You didn't teach them anything. You didn't say, "Hey, son, I'm still here. I'm not going to work, but I'm going to let you take over." Okay, you do it because it's going to be yours eventually. Our elderly people don't know how to do that. They're going to die with the knowledge, and it's sad. Hey, Miss White.
Yeah, and it's really sad that you got a lot of young people that inherit a house. They aren't, they think, oh, I got to pay the mortgage. I got to pay the mortgage. They don't even realize you got to pay the taxes. And in the South, that's a big issue with land in the South, where the younger generations aren't paying the taxes, and the white man is coming in there, swooping up and getting all of that land.
Yeah, so we got to stop that. H. McDaniel, how you doing? Says hello, everyone. A day without immigrants is better than the day before. Okay. Valerie says they use inmates to fight fire in California. Yep, and they need to let them go. I don't get it. Meska, how you doing? Says hi all. Let's not start fear mongering again. I think everyone should have to do at least a year in the Marines just to develop thicker skin. I don't think so. I think you should teach your children that at home from the cradle. You don't need to send them to the white man's Army, Marines, Navy, nowhere. Teach them that at home. There, and I'm having this conversation a lot with a lot of my friends. Y'all know there's civilizations around the world that send their little 10-year-old boys out into the woods, to the wilderness or whatever, say, here's a stick that you sharpened. Go out there, make it do what it do. If you don't come back, you failed. You know what I mean? But so I'm not saying we got to send our kids out to the wilderness, but we got to train them to know how to survive. They don't need to go to the Marines to do that. Train them at home. Train them how to do stuff at the house. From suck your kids up off of the iPads and the television. And actually, like my dad's a mechanic, right? Still is, but that's what he did by trade. He took my brother with him. My brother knows how to fix cars. He didn't say, "Oh, you're too cute. You're too little to stay to come to the shop and look like a little grease monkey." He didn't say that. He said, "You come into the shop. You're gonna learn about all these tools. You're gonna help me and all that other stuff." And now just by osmosis, if you will, and some applied knowledge, my brother knows how to fix cars. So
Yeah,
we
it's
have
called
to adapt
apprenticeship.
that.
It's called an apprenticeship. You learn by doing and seeing and hearing. All that knowledge is going about the wayside. But let's be real, you guys. You guys know damn well these kids today can't even take out the trash without spilling it. And I will be at the park and I will see parents, mostly the mothers, they will see their kids throw the trash on the ground and will not correct the child.
My daughter is a pomegranate fanatic. She loves pomegranates. Oh my God. Yeah, I guess it would be in this. What the humidity is that what it is? And speaking of humidity, it's hot, and my air conditioner is not working, so I have to get that fixed tomorrow. I was like, it's gonna get cold again next week. But my daughter turned it on. I was like, why? And then we just learned that it wasn't working. So
yeah, check your capacitor. Usually
it's
the
the fan
capacitor
is not blowing.
It's the fan. Well, then
Yeah.
that's going to be not expensive, but it's going to be pretty expensive. Hopefully, it's the capacitor.
Hopefully it's some, but it ain't my money. It's the landlord. How you doing? Pop says, I don't want to hear the Chiefs. I don't want the Chiefs to win. Tired of seeing that mixed food. Damn. So you came up in here with the violence. See?
See, and then we're talking about taxes. Trump is trying to get rid of the IRS, or so he says, or that's one of his proposals. And you got Negroes out here fighting the Trump administration. You mean to tell me everything that Donald Trump has proposed and what the Republicans proposed, Demetria, is wrong? They're going to fight every tooth and nail. That shows you how out of touch the Democratic Party is.
Oh, absolutely. Thunder says, do we have rites of passage anymore? Yeah. You know, we were raising these kids to be wet noodles. Oh, they're too cute. Oh, don't talk to him like that. Oh, yeah. It's like, and then they grow up and be that as adults. Can't do nothing. Can't function because you didn't teach them to do nothing. Don't know how to balance a checkbook, even though we don't really do checks anymore. But I'm just saying, you know, like we don't teach them to do nothing. And I'm not being mean when I say we're raising idiots. And that's probably an oxymoron because I didn't raise an idiot. I guess if your parents are an idiot, but we're handicapping our children by not teaching them stuff because we feel like they're too young. Oh, there's later for that. It's time for that. It's like, no, teach them the minute they can understand, you know? But yeah, we should have rites of passage, something. Brenda says, my dad took us to the construction site. Yep. And showed you what he did, right? Most of these kids don't even know what their parents do. What does your dad do? I don't know. As they're walking around in $200 tennis shoes, you know? And Diane says they still do that in Africa. Yep. And Troy says, I used to love pomegranates as a kid. Yep. My sister and my daughter, they love them. Pop says kickoff at 6:30. I just want to see the halftime show. I don't know who's singing the national anthem. I saw somebody ask that. Jesse says, yeah, them property taxes got to get paid. But are you teaching your children that when you give them the house?
Yeah, speaking of pomegranates, I have a tree in the front and in the back. And every time Demetria's daughter comes by, my tree gets stripped. What is that?
Yeah, I mean, pomegranates, boy, that they high at the store too. He says, will the fans sing Not Like Us? I don't know. Will he sing it? You know, what I understand, they have to change a lot of their lyrics. They're being the people that's performing because the NFL lawyers got involved. They're like, we want to see the lyrics. Because, you know, Drake is suing. So I guess that maybe that's why they're like, we don't want no shenanigans. It's a family-friendly show. We want to make sure it stays that way. So
wait, I thought Jay-Z was in charge of all that.
He is, but it's in Louisiana. Louisiana also drafted up some sort of proclamation to them saying, and we're going to be watching. You guys keep this clean. So there's a lot riding on this. There's a lot of attention for whatever reason on the halftime show.
Is Kanye's wife going to be there by any chance, and anybody else going to be wearing the invisible dress?
And then Kanye has been on a rampage on Twitter for the last 2 days. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Boy, he got him bad. Oh, my God. Our daddy says, facts and facts. We need to stop letting Mexican people say they are hardworking, but then I look at their country in shambles. Well, we don't want to be totally dismissive. There are hardworking Mexican people, just like there, you know, some Black people who are not hardworking, you know. But I think it's, you know, in regards to us, people like to say we're lazy. It's like, yeah, there's a few, but that's not who we are, you know.
Well, you know, whenever you hear a Hispanic say that argument of being lazy, ask yourself this using your basic logic. Isn't it lazy it's easy to come over here illegally, but isn't it lazy not to do it the right way? Isn't that a lazy way to do it? You know, because it might take 10, 12 years, whatever. Isn't that the lazy way? But you'd rather just come over here illegally. So don't tell me about hard working when you're willing to cheat the system.
Right. And Elder Dwayne says, I agree with most of Trump's executive orders. Rosie says Casey is going to win because it's already scripted. Laugh out loud. Taylor Swift might get a proposal afterwards. Oh, my God. It's a Taylor.
The refs have already predetermined the outcome of this.
Daryl says a cell phone and computer killed critical thinking. I would say yes and no. Critical thinking has to be taught at home. You have to teach your children how to do that. You can't. I mean, most of us work on a computer. Kids work on a computer or whatever at school. That I don't know if they have books necessarily, but critical thinking is something that still should be taught. You know, I was always one to raise the children to not necessarily, obviously, tell them what to do. You have to give them instructions, but you talk to them. Don't talk at them. Talk with them so you can, troubleshoot and come to a conclusion together. That's how they learn how to be critical thinkers. But if you're like, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, then that's how they grow up. Michelle, he says, my husband ran a dental practice. All of our children were trained. There you go. Thunder says, if you look at the actual meaning of the word idiot, you use it correctly. Okay. Jay Bubba, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Says, well, Elon will have commercials to show the government waste, which is why we're about to get out of here in just a minute. So I'll let you go. Marcia says, I'll be trying to help teach, but mine insists doing stuff on their own, then ask questions. Yeah. As they say, a hard head make a soft ass. As my dad always say, let your knowledge take you where your knowledge is going to take you. And then you'll realize it's not too far. And then you'll be back and you'll be ready to listen when you get a lot of bumps and bruises, right? Thunder says they want like $4 a pomegranate. Yep, at the damn store. So hell no. And my text and draw, it's time to buy a damn tree. You ain't lying. Valerie says Kanye wife had me laughing. Reggie says Cloudy Hostin and Joyless Reed. Meaning what? Says mean show somewhere comparing Trump at the Super Bowl to Hitler at the Olympics. Oh God, yeah, because he will be there, right? Poppy says BBL Drizzy is thinking about it. A minor. Yeah, okay. Carrie says, what about 6.5 million people are getting Social Security that their age is 120 years old and only 40 people who are alive in the world are under 104 years old? Is that what they're finding? Okay. Who else is on here? Because we about to get out of here. I'm already over by 6 minutes. Angela, how you doing? Yep. Enjoy the Super Bowl yourself. Raven says, ain't nobody work harder than us. We just stopped working for free. Come on now. And Diane, how you doing? All right. I think I acknowledge everybody. I would love to stay. I'm going to get Thunder's last question. You say there's a difference between being taught and being taught how to learn. Am I correct? Absolutely. Teach people how to learn, teach them how to think, teach them how to speak. And not necessarily, you want to teach them what and certain things, but you want to teach them how. Teach them how to get to that on their own. Don't say, well, 2 + 2 is 4. You sit them down. What's 2 + 2? If you have 2 and 2, what does it equal? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You taught them how, you didn't just give them the answer. So
that's not core math. No, that ain't going to work. It's not going to work.
Well, I know how to count my money. That's all math is good for. Jesse says, even YouTube got a commercial down. And Black American Expat, how you doing? Says, Demetri, will you be ordering the hell to the no? I'm not ordering Kanye's dress. And y'all better not order it either.
Fellas, that would be a sight. Trust me.
It looked like a pack of hot dogs. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Love and appreciate every last one of y'all. We'll be back here Tuesday for a whole show. Peace.